What is up, everyone? It's your boy Cav, and welcome back to yet another video. And as you guys can actually see from the title of the video, today we're going to be talking about support and resistance and how to properly trade support and resistance. This video is mainly for the guys that are still starting out and still struggling and don't know how to go about trading support and resistance, but it's also for the guys that are also a little bit experienced but still struggling and I'm not sure how to go about doing this. I just want to show you guys something that I have seen over the years, trying out this strategy, and this is what has been a little bit consistent with the profits in my personal experience. So the general idea behind support and resistance is that past support is going to turn into resistance, and past resistance is going to turn into future support. So as you guys can actually see, this is a downtrend and the market is moving down. It formed a support, went back, formed a resistance, it broke this support and it came back here, and then this past support became resistance, price pushed down, and then it pushed above this, came to this resistance, support, and then it pushed up. This past resistance became support, and that is just how it works. Past support is going to turn into future resistance is going to form into a future support. So but there's something that you guys have to understand. Just because price is at resistance doesn't mean that you have to sell. Just because price is at support doesn't mean that you have to just start buying. There are certain things that you have to look for at those specific areas before you can start trading. But what I like about these key areas is that when you find a reversal pattern or a reversal candle in these areas, price is likely to go in your direction because this is an area of value. It is not like just trading. Let me just show you guys an example. When the market is pushing to the upside like this, and you guys see a reversal candle in the middle of the trend like this, that reversal candle is not gonna signify that the market is gonna go down. And if you guys are gonna take that candle as a signal to go to the downside, it's probably gonna hit your SL because price is not at an area of value. Price has to be at an area of value for you to look for reversal patterns and take trades in that direction. So I want to show you guys something. So when price is pushing to the upside and it reaches an area of resistance, an area of value, you guys have to start looking for reversal patterns. You don't wait for the market to reach this level and just immediately start selling. That is not how it works. Price is most likely going to hit your SL if you do that. You have to look for your reversal patterns. I'm talking about your double tops. I'm talking about your head and shoulders. If you see these kind of patterns at your resistance levels, it's mainly going to signify that price wants to reverse and go to the downside. If you guys see these patterns at these areas, it's mainly going to signify that price wants to go to the downside. You want to see weakness in price. So if price was pushing strongly to the upside and hit your level and start weakening, showing signs of weakness, that is actually a good sign that price wants to go to the downside. And also here, when you have a trend that is moving to the downside and you can clearly see that price is unable to break its highs. Here we have a high, price came down. We have another high, price came down, and price actually failed to break this high. Price failed to break this high and it came here. This is a sign of weakness, and it actually signifies that price wants to go down. And we also know that this is a head and shoulders and it's a reversal pattern, and it signifies that price actually wants to go down. So just because price is at an area of resistance or support doesn't mean that you just have to start selling or buying. You have to look for your reversal patterns to confirm that price is going to go in that direction. So but I want us to look at a proper chart to see how we can actually go about doing that. So here we have Euro JPY, and it's on the weekly chart, and And let's just see how price has been behaving. Let's just cut price from here. So the first thing that you're going to want to do when you hop onto the chart and you see something like this is that you're going to want to form your playground. You're going to want to minimize this chart so that you don't get confused as to what's really going on. So you can clearly see that price is coming all the way from the upside, came to the downside, and it's now playing in this area. When I move down a little bit, we are now playing within this box. We are now playing within this box, and that's when we can start actually seeing what's really going on. Here we can clearly see that price is at, this is a strong resistance level, and where price is at right now, let me just highlight this so that you guys can see. Where price is at right now seems to be at a very strong support level. When we stretch this level, we can clearly see that this is a very strong level because it was past past support, it was support, it was resistance, it came back again, it was resistance, price pushed down, resistance, resistance, price pushed above it. Now it's playing above this area. So previously price couldn't cross this area. Price was failing to cross this area, but now it was able to push all the way to the upside and it's playing at this area. So again, just because price is at a level of support doesn't mean that you guys should just start buying. You're gonna have to look for your reversal patterns. So at this area, you're gonna want to look for your double bottoms, your head and shoulders. We can also go to a daily chart to see what's going on. So when we hop onto the daily chart, we can clearly see that price, this is a double bottom. You can clearly see there's a leg here and there's another leg here. So price is giving us a double bottom, which is another signal, which is a good signal that price actually wants to go to the upside. But another good signal is this right here. This looks like a head and shoulders. We have a leg, impulse correction, push to the downside, impulse correction, and then price wants to push all the way to the upside. So this looks like a good buy. And when we stretch this out, we can clearly see that price was able to push all the way to the upside. So this is exactly what I mean when I say that you have to look for reversal patterns first before you take your trades. You can't just take a trade because price is at a level of support. You can't just take a buy because price is at a level of support, or just take a sell because price is at a level of resistance. You have to look for your reversal patterns. I actually want us to look at a different pair. Let's look at Euro USD, just to show you guys that this is not limited to just one pair. You can actually do it with a lot of different pairs. Again, we're gonna go to the weekly chart. I like starting with big time frames because that is where you see your direction. And we can just cut price right here and see what it actually did. Again, what we're going to do is that we're going to set our playground to see where exactly we are, just so we don't get too confused. I can clearly see that we have the lowest level right here. We have the lowest level right here, and we have the highest level right there. And this is the second highest level. And price has been, okay, this was support, This is support, this is support, it turned into resistance, and we can clearly see that here support turned into resistance also. Push into the downside, price form the support here and resistance, and then lastly this is where we at. Price went all the way to the downside, touched this level, and it seems to be, it touched our resistance, and it's highly likely going to push to the downside. But because it's a little bit unclear as to what is really going on here, we can go to the daily chart to see what's really going on there. When it comes to the daily chart, we can see that price hasn't really reached its TP yet. So price hasn't clearly reached this point yet, because if it did something like this, I would have known that price is not coming back to the downside anymore. But because it couldn't really crush this level, it couldn't destroy or violate this area right here, it tells me that it's still going to continue pushing to the downside. And when I view it from the daily chart, I can clearly see that this was resistance, this was support. This was resistance right here, and this was support right here, and price is likely gonna give us resistance right here and push all the way to the downside. Again, just because price is at a level of resistance doesn't mean that we have to just start by selling. We have to look at our reversal patterns. We have to look at our reversal pin bars, our reversal candles, so that we can confirm that price is indeed trying to push to the downside. If price actually breaks to the upside, it's going to invalidate our sell setup, and we're going to look for reversals leading to the upside, and this is where we're going to be going. So let's go to a 4-hour to see exactly what happened. Now when we hop onto the 4-hour, we can clearly see that this is where we were playing at. Again, I keep saying, just because price was at resistance doesn't mean that we had to immediately sell. We had to look for some kind of a reversal pattern, and we can clearly see that this is like a triple top. Price has touched multiple times here, and it was failing to push to the upside. So what we want is to see weakness in price. Price has to push all the way to the upside and then fail to break this level. So as soon as it shows that it's failing to break this level, when price is hitting the same level many times, it actually signifies that it is unable to break that level. It is struggling to break that level, and it shows signs of weakness. And it actually gives us a clue that it could be trying to push to the downside. And this is when you would actually start looking for sells, because we are at an area of value. We are actually at an area of value, and price is giving us a reversal pattern, and that is how we were able to catch this move right here. I hope you guys are actually seeing how this thing works, and you can try it out with a lot of different pairs. You can back test it just to make sure that it works for you and it's working exactly how you want it to work. But if you follow these simple rules, you just have to make sure that price is at an area of value, and you also look for your reversal patterns. It should work just fine. And obviously there's going to be losses here and there, but if you are strict with your rules and you follow them exactly as they are, you're not going to make any. I really hope you guys actually found value in this video. And if you guys have any questions, you can definitely write them down in the comment section and we can discuss them. And if